Do you know these types of people that everyone is drawn towards, but you just can't put your finger on what makes them so magnetizing? A lot of people think that being charismatic is a quality that only a lucky few get to have. But what they don't realize is that anyone is capable of being charismatic. Having magnetic energy is possible for you too. So if you want to figure out how to do that, continue watching this video. First of all, I want you to realize that you shouldn't take yourself so seriously. Being completely relaxed and being your true self, no matter how quirky and witty you are, can make people feel comfortable in your presence. Because when you see someone feeling comfortable being themselves, it makes you feel comfortable to be yourself too. I used to have this friend that everyone loved to be around. And after a few minutes, he could be literally anyone's friend, just so effortlessly. And it really made me wonder what his secret was. Because it wasn't obvious, but still, it was so effective in attracting people towards him. And after a while, I realized that my friend didn't have any specific tactic beside just being himself. Truly, no filter, not taking himself too seriously, no matter who he had in front of him. He didn't put anyone on a pedestal, no matter who they might have been. He treated everyone with the same interest, enthusiasm, and friendliness, and above all, with realness of showing himself. And people felt, well, they felt that instantly. They felt so special for being let into this guy's real and vulnerable side. He was present. And when you had a conversation with him, you could really tell that he was completely there with you and just nowhere else in his mind. Because a lot of the time what we do when we have a conversation is we might have a conversation with someone, but we try to think about what we can get out of that conversation, what we can get out of that interaction. And this made others feel instantly closer to him, and they felt comfortable to reciprocate and open up and show their true selves to him. So be yourself completely, because when a person knows who he is, and he is so grounded in being his true self, when he or she goes out into the world and chooses to be that unapologetically, it shows courage and it shows boldness. It shows a real trust in themselves that makes others want to trust them. If that is not charismatic, then I do not know what is. Have you ever been told a story by someone and this person is so excited to tell you the story, but then when they get to deliver the story to you, it falls flat? I hate when this happens because I love listening to a good story, but when it is told poorly, it can lose all of its magic. However, when it's done well, telling a story can leave a lasting impression on a person. Now, I know what you're thinking. Brandon, these days we don't have a need for storytelling. We have a need for story listening. And you're not wrong, but there's more on that later. So the father of one of my friends, who I see like twice a year, is one of the most liked men I have ever met. I hope he doesn't watch this video though, but this man is not conventionally attractive and definitely has his own insecurities, but nevertheless, he is a man that knows very well how to tell a good story. If any of you have ever read a fiction book, you'll know exactly what I mean when I tell you that the descriptive way in which he delivers and he tells his stories would be so immersive that you could literally see people leaning in towards him as he would tell his stories. He would act out the emotions so on point that sometimes I wish I had a camera rolling on him, because he might have a chance at winning an Oscar one day, I swear. Now, the people listening would come away from the interaction with such a lasting impression that they felt like they were part of the story that he was explaining as well. Inevitably, people felt like a close friend to his, and they had went through common experiences together. But in all honesty, all they really shared were some stories and some drinks. Now, he made his audience, I say audience, he made them laugh, enjoy themselves, and the entire time they were hanging from his lips because they knew whatever he was about to say next was going to be hilarious. So naturally, he had all of their attention. That person was confident in his delivery, and it was precisely his confidence and assurance that made the story effortlessly come out as funny. Telling the story in the present tense was the secret sauce in giving his listeners the feeling that they were part of it all along. My next point, think on your feet. Part of being charismatic is having a quick thinking and witty sense of humor. It literally makes people in awe and wonder, how can you so easily and effortlessly come up with that, like on the spot? This makes you very likable because it gives people the impression that you are more clever, more sharp, and alluring. To do this, you need to think fast and act fast whenever you see an opening. You see, in the UK, we have a term called banter. Now, having some soft banter with people will make them feel more engaged in the interaction and just make it unforgettable for them. Yeah, they might forget what you were talking about, but they won't forget the way you made them feel. So be honest and say how you feel. This is my next point. Now, being open and honest about how you feel and think is an important part of being charismatic. As again, it makes you come across as someone that is raw and real, so people find trusting you a lot easier. So if you want to impress someone, don't pretend to be more agreeable or impressive, because that behavior is expected and it will only make you seem a people pleaser. Instead, share your true opinion and thoughts and impress people through having your own voice. It will go a long way and it will make them appreciate you a lot more. Of course, be honest, but also polite. Like, don't go on to hurt someone's feelings for the sake of being honest. That doesn't really make much sense. Now, into more body language tricks that you can use to induce people into perceiving you as a charismatic person. This is a pretty interesting one. So you've probably heard this before, but it's to smile with your eyes. So this is known as the soften technique and is used by psychologists and psychiatrists to make their clients feel more comfortable and at ease in their presence. So if you want to come across as someone charismatic, you should use your body language to your advantage. And the way you do that is to keep an open posture, smile, lean forward, give eye contact, not too much, a good amount, and actively listen. And truly, like I said before, actively listen. Using any of these, or better, all of them together, will make people feel more at ease and in agreement with you. And especially when you smile with your eyes. This makes you seem more genuine, and bonus points, it also makes people want to smile back at you. So it's a double-edged sword, I think it's called. Finally, one thing, it's probably not that, one thing for sure, and that is people love talking about themselves, and it's very rare nowadays to find people that are genuinely interested in what you have to say or just learn more about you. So when you are the person who is not only going to listen to them, but also ask them questions back with genuine curiosity about their life, people are surprised in the best way possible. It makes them feel closer to you, because even though all you did was listen, for them it felt like they were seen and they were understood. You made them feel good about themselves, and since people are self-interested above all, making them feel good about themselves makes them like you instantly. So encourage people to talk about themselves. Make them feel heard and valued, and in return, they're going to value you. This works especially well when you let people speak about something they are passionate about, because that's a topic they have so much to say on, and naturally they will want to talk to you about that far more. And in general, they'll just want to talk to you way more. So yeah, works with women too. Now, I hope I was able to convince you that being charismatic is not a special quality that only a few select people get to have. Now, charisma is something that you get to build and make part of your character. So get to work, follow these tips, practice them, and see how much of an effect they can have in making you the most charismatic person in the room. Thanks for watching. See you guys in the next one.